Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel. Like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you guys know when I drop my next one. Listen, you guys, we are reading through this very, very troubling lawsuit. And I am simply stunned by all of the behaviors listed here. We are getting into the allegations, etc., of things that happened on the set of It Ends With Us. And this particular section I will be reading seems to be extremely troubling, as it seems that a lot of things are coming to light. This is part 6, and here we go, guys. Chapter C. The parties negotiate a contract writer regarding Mr. Baldoni's and Mr. Heath's conduct on the set of It Ends With Us. On May 2nd of 2023, the Writers Guild of America's, WGA, made up of 2 American labor unions representing more than 16,000 writers in film, television, radio, and online media, went on strike in connection with the labor dispute with the Alliance of Motion Pictures and Television Producers. The film temporarily halted production in June of 2023 as a result of the WGA picketing. On June 15th of 2023, Wayfarer and Mr. Baldoni announced the continued halted production of the film due to ongoing WGA strike and the lost days experienced from picketing. While the WGA strike was underway on July 14th of 2023, the American Actors Union, known as SAG-AFTRA, a labor union that represents about 160,000 people in the entertainment industry, including actors, recording artists, radio personalities, and other media professionals, began to strike due to a labor dispute with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. The WGA strike ended on September 27th of 2023, and the SAG-AFTRA strike ended on November 9th of 2023. Before returning to production, Ms. Lively attempted to address and resolve the problems on set and requested that Wayfarer agree to address the conditions described above. On November 9th of 2023, Ms. Lively's attorneys provided Wayfarer's attorneys with a document entitled Protections for Return to Production, attached hereunto as Exhibit A. In conveying the protections for return to production document, Ms. Lively requested that Wayfarer agree to implement a plan that would enable everyone to return to work and complete the film with adequate protections to ensure a safe set moving forward. On November 11th of 2023, counsel for Wayfarer indicated that Wayfarer, Sony, and production respectfully acknowledge that your client has concerns regarding safety, professionalism, and workplace culture. Although our perspective differs in many aspects, ensuring a safe environment for all involved is paramount, irrespective of differing viewpoints. Regarding your outline request, we find most of them not only reasonable but also essential for the benefit of all parties involved. On May 15th of 2023, Wayfarer, through It Ends With Us Movie LLC, agreed to the terms in a contractual writer executed on January 19th of 2024 and attached hereto as Exhibit B. Among the contract's writer provisions: A. The first provision required that an intimacy coordinator must be present at all times when Blake Lively is on set. B. The second provision required that, with respect to artists, any and all rehearsal, filming, reviewing of video playback or dailies, and or any other interaction with any scene involving simulated adult activity and or partial adult activity shall be restricted to those persons with essential business reasons for being present. essential personnel, as approved by Blake Lively and Todd Black, as further described in the rider attached as Schedule 1. C. The third provision requires that there is to be no spontaneous improvising of any scenes involving intimate, physical, simulated, or adult activity with respect to Blake Lively. Scenes involving Blake Lively that involves kissing, depictions of adult activity, or any other adult activity must be contained in the screenplay, the most up-to-date draft approved by Blake Lively in writing, choreographed in advance, in the presence of the intimacy coordinator, and may only proceed as choreographed with the consent of all participants in advance. D. The fourth provision required that physical touching and or comments on Blake Lively's physical appearance must only be done or made in connection with the character and scene work, not as to Blake Lively personally, except as written into screenplay or strictly required in connection with makeup or costume preparation. There is to be no physical touching, including hugging, of Blake Lively, her on-set personnel, and or her employees. E. The fifth provision required that there are to be no discussions with Blake of personal experiences with adult activity, including as it relates to conduct with spouses or others. F. The sixth provision required that no one will enter, attempt to enter, interrupt, pressure, or request entrance to Blake Lively's trailer while she is in a state of undress for any reason. G. The seventh provision required that there should be no rehearsal or filming of Blake Lively, including Blake Lively's approved body double, of any undress or adult activities, except as expressly permitted in accordance with the writer. Any such footage of Blake Lively or Blake Lively's body double, previously shot without the writer in place, may not be used without Blake's and her legal representative's prior written consent. H. The 10th provision required that there shall be no retaliation of any kind against Blake Lively for raising concerns about the conduct described in this letter for or until these requirements. Any changes in attitude, sarcasm, marginalization, or other negative behavior, either on set or otherwise, including during publicity and promotional work, as a result of these requests is retaliatory and unacceptable and will be met with immediate action. I. The 12th provision required that Wayfarer will engage an additional experienced A-level producer approved by Blake Lively. Todd Black is hereby approved, the approved producer, to actively supervise the production, including monitoring the safety of the cast and crew, ensuring compliance with the schedule, and overseeing logistics, problem solving, and creative issues, provided that company shall have the right to approve the agreement with the approved producer. J. The 15th provision required that any rehearsal or shooting involving Blake Lively or any other performer depicting the character of Lily that involves adult scenes, partial or full, must be conducted strictly in accordance with the writer and must adhere to approved script. K. The 16th provision provided that any and all day players that participate in any way in the scenes with Blake Lively, including undress or simulated adult activity, must be engaged through customary industry talent agencies and not through personal connections of the director and or producer. L. The 17th provision requires that at Blake Lively's election, an all-hands in-person meeting before production resumes will include the director, the existing producers, the Sony representative, the approved producer, Blake Lively, and Ms. Blake Lively's designated representatives to confirm and approve a plan for implementation of the above that will be adhered to for the physical and emotional safety of Blake Lively, her employees, and all cast and crew moving forward. The all-hands in-person meeting provided for in the contract writer occurred on January 4th, 2024, before production resumed, as described above. The meeting was attended by Mr. Baldoni, Mr. Heath, producer Alex Sachs, producer Todd Black, and Sony's Angie Giannetti, as well as Blake Lively and her husband, who attended at Blake Lively's request as another designated representative, as provided for in the contract, given the subject matter of the meeting. At the January 4th, 2024 meeting, the parties discussed a list of 20 examples of the behaviors that gave rise to the contract writer from her contemporaneous notes. These behaviors are listed in full earlier in this complaint at paragraph 3. Neither Mr. Baldoni nor Mr. Heath denied the veracity of Blake Lively's examples. Ms. Lively requested that Mr. Baldoni and Mr. Heath agree that such behaviors would no longer take place as memorialized in the language of the writer, and Mr. Baldoni and Mr. Heath agreed. Section D. Production concluded and Blake Lively and the other cast and crew promoted the film according to the marketing plan. Production of the film resumed on January 5th of 2024 and concluded February 9th of 2024. In connection with the film's public release, Blake Lively and the rest of the cast actively promoted the film in accordance with the marketing plan for the film, attached hereto as Exhibit C. Wayfarer had embraced and, on information and belief, had formally approved of this marketing plan. The marketing plan and related talking points expressly required Blake Lively as well as other cast and crew engaged in promotional activities to focus more on her character's strength and resilience as opposed to describing the film as a story about DV, and to avoid talking about this film that makes it feel sad or heavy. It's a story of hope. As detailed above, Ms. Lively and fellow cast members promoted the film in accordance with the talking points and marketing plan during appearances on red carpet, interviews, press junkets, fan events, pop-up experiences leading up to the film's release. Mr. Baldoni publicly embraced the marketing plan. In early May of 2024, Mr. Baldoni appeared at a floral-themed trailer launch event, which included him personally making flower bouquets for influencers, a photo opportunity, film-branded latte art. As late as July 25th of 2024, Mr. Baldoni appeared at a pop-up of Lily Bloom's flower shop in Century City, California, where he held a long stem rose microphone and playfully gave tours of the shop to influencers. In a TikTok interview posted that day, Mr. Baldoni excitedly walked through the pop-up and states he will be giving more tours all day, every day until August 9th. We are going to pause right there at the end of page 26 as we continue to read through this lawsuit of Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni. Again, this is the end of chapter 6. We will resume with chapter 7 very shortly. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment on the video. And till next time, enjoy your day. Bye, guys.